You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
I'm back. Rodrance for Black and White Sports. Well, Boston Celtics star Enes Kanter continues to come out and absolutely obliterate China and Nike and the NBA. And what is so amazing is Enes works and plays in the NBA. Well, he's come out with all these sneakers, talking about in slavery, in the all the violence going on in China involving the Uyghurs, and he came out and made some more comments and absolutely destroyed Nike, destroyed the NBA, but he really hammered Nike. And he called the Nike out for their hypocrisy. And, boy, he makes some really, really good points. Now, of course, he's actually called out LeBron James, as we know in the past couple of days, like the coward that we expect LeBron James to be. LeBron attacked Kyle Rittenhouse because Kyle broke down on the stand. LeBron will run his mouth about everything, including something like that, where a kid had his life threatened and defended himself, and LeBron James made fun of that. And he wonders why he is the most hated athlete in the world. Okay? Make no mistake, people hate LeBron James. Let's not sugarcoat that, okay? I can't think of any athlete I hate worse than LeBron James, and this is coming from somebody that used to like LeBron. Until the layers got peeled back and we found out what kind of a coward he is. He's a total cur dog. So, let's get to what Enes said. And, yeah, I'm sorry, but LeBron plays a role in this because he refuses to call out China. Adam Silver refuses to call out China. They want to continue to have lock-in-step business with China. And look, you know, LeBron James is what a Chinese prostitute really looks like. Enes Kanter eviscerates the NBA and Nike for standing up to Big Boss China. Biggest hypocrite companies. Boston Celtics Enes Kanter eviscerated both the NBA and Nike on Wednesday for not standing up to China over human rights abuses being perpetrated by the communist country. During an appearance on PBS, Kanter questioned whether the NBA was actually on his side when it came to his decision to speak out against China's treatment of Tibet, Hong Kong, Taiwan, and the Uyghurs. He also accused Nike of telling, quote, a total lie in its claims that China was not using slave labor to produce its products. Kanter, who spoke out specifically against China's treatment of Tibet in October, told the host that his decade-long criticism of his home country's Turkey's authoritarian government garnered little attention from the NBA, while one day of speaking out against China brought him a phone call every 2 hours. He recalled an instance before a game at Madison Square Garden in which he decided to wear shoes reading Free Tibet. He said NBA officials approached him, imploring him to take the shoes off and suggesting he could be banned for wearing them. Wow. The NBA is pathetic. Kanter refused to remove them and explained the two officials apologized to him at halftime and explained he wasn't breaking any rules by wearing the shoes. Too late. He said the NBA encouraged him to speak out on issues he cared about and that even sat down with NBA Commissioner Adam Silver, who claimed reiterated support for him in speaking out against China. Kanter, however, said he was unsure if he believed them. Quote, I don't know how much of that is true, because if they were really supporting me, they would have put something out there. They would have put out some kind of statement. So he is calling out the NBA right here as being a bunch of cowards. Kanter was asked why he continued to criticize Nike despite its claims followed all international labor standards in producing its products in China. She noted the company didn't respond to her team's request for comment on potential violations of labor standards. Quote, Nike obviously is one of the biggest sponsor for the NBA. And 2 years ago, when all the Black Lives Matter happened, Nike was one of the first companies out there was standing with Black Lives Matter, Kanter said. Quote, Nike stands with Stop Asian Hate. They stand with the LGBTQ community. Nike stands with the Latino community. But when it comes to China, Nike remains silent because China is the big boss for Nike. Obviously, they're not going to answer because they know what they're doing is wrong. They're one of the biggest hypocrite companies in the world. Wow. It was noted again that Nike publicly denied using slave labor in China. Quote, it's a total lie. Everybody in the world knows there are so many slave labor camps over in China and many other countries that Nike is profiting off of. So that was one of the biggest reasons that I put on my shoes. Modern day slavery. Hypocrite Nike, just because they're profiting from slave labor camps. Quote, it's just disgusting to me to see all Nike athletes standing up and calling themselves a social justice warrior and still wear these items on their shoe, on their feet, and on the back on these items. There is so much blood, sweat, and oppression. And to me, if you're a Nike athlete, to me, you are a hypocrite. LeBron James, do you feel that? Do you feel him? He's calling you a hypocrite. You're a punk. So is the rest of all of these NBA players that will not join Enes Kanter in this fight. And while you guys are shilling for China, let us remember something about China. China hates black people. I'm not sure if anybody realizes that. That's in the NBA. It seems most of you don't have much of a brain cell at this point, but you guys are supporting China in the way you are, and they don't like black people. Remember when the reports were coming out over the Wuhan virus and the fact that it was disproportionately affecting African American communities? Guess what? For a while, Chinese restaurants, McDonald's in China, was banning black people from coming in their restaurants because they believed they were spreading the Wuhan virus more than the other people coming in to their establishments. That is racist. China doesn't like black people. It's amazing that the NBA, this is the country it chose to hook its freaking wagon to. I mean, literally, you want to talk about they're sitting back over in China watching you play ball, saying, do our bidding. And they're moving the strings of you puppets, and LeBron James is doing this and shooting a basketball for President Xi over there. Dictator some bitch. But LeBron's got time to run his mouth about Kyle Rittenhouse, the freaking P word. LeBron, P word. Okay, and it's not just LeBron. It's a lot of these NBA athletes. But because he runs his mouth so much, that's the one you bet your ass we're going to always focus on when calling out. He's the biggest voice. He's got the biggest mouth, and he runs his mouth all the time. That dude's a twat. Okay, but you know who isn't? Enes Kanter. And the NBA is exposed here by the fact that when he decided to speak out, they were calling him all the time, and then even came to the court threatening for him he could be banned over wearing some shoes for speaking out against Nike and against the atrocities in China. Yeah, they backtracked on it, but it's too late. They still did it. That shows you somewhere, Adam Silver, this is a major problem for him, and he doesn't know what to do about it because so much of his money is tied in with the evil communist regime over in China. Tell me what you think, black and white sports fans. Enes Kanter's the dude, man. He's the dude. Peace, I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.